Hello, thank you for joining me. I am the AirJobBoss. This is AirJobBossTV. You can click the link below to my website, airjobboss.com, if you'd like to know a little bit more about our one-on-one preparation. Now, through our videos, we're back in our interview question and answer series, and today we are going to answer relatively a difficult one at first. And I've asked this to people I've been preparing, and oftentimes it draws a blank because they don't really know how to field this one, as in tennis, fielding the ball, lobbing it back over the net, and that is, tell us about a time you made a bad decision. You know, no one wants to admit, well, I went out the night before and I was absolutely plastered. I felt terribly hungover, but I had a flight and I went anyway. Boy, I wish I didn't go to work because I felt terrible the whole day long. Yeah, that's not the kind of answer you want to be giving. And we don't want to make it seem like we make a bunch of bad decisions like, oh yeah, I got a whole lot of those. Okay, the bad decisions. Yeah, well, one time I decided I wasn't going to land with the gear down. I thought I just want to see if the horn will go off just this one time, and I got a little too low and scraped up both props. Yeah, so here's how we're going to field this. This is the story. I made a bad decision, and I corrected it, and everything went great, right? And we're going to use the SPAR or the STAR method, and we're going to say, okay, here is what we did. I was flying into Miami about a month ago. They were landing parallel runway operations, and it was thunderstormy. They were trying to get as many airplane landing as possible because people were holding and they knew people would be diverting. So ATC was really pushing to get people in. They cleared me for the ILS on runway 12, and which is, there's no parallel runway to 12 in Miami, but for the scenario, so that was the situation. The ATC came and said, do you have runway 12 left in sight? And I said, yes, I have 12 in sight. They said, can you make the runway change? Can you sidestep to 12 right, left, whatever the story is? And I accepted. I said, yeah, I can accept that. I turned off the flight directors. I began moving the airplane, and I quickly realized I was too high, because that runway is slightly in front of the parallel runway. So right when I kind of got aligned, I realized I was too high. And this was a bad decision to accept the runway change without really having a lot of time to evaluate it. I was trying to be helpful. I did see the runway. I felt that it was safe to do so, but by the time I had gotten aligned, I had not continued my descent properly, not made the proper adjustments, and I was too high. Okay, that is the problem. As a result, the action you take is you're going to say, so I decided at that point, even though it was going to make a lot of trouble to ATC, I had to go around. So I called for go around. The first officer and me accomplished the go around. We actually got held, and we had enough fuel that we got re-vectored for the approach and successfully landed from the second approach. But that was a bad decision. My preference is to not make them, and from now on, of course, I'm very reluctant to accept a sidestep maneuver unless it's done far enough out where I can appropriately retune the navigation radios for ILS alignment and make sure that I'm on proper glide and I have the proper landing distance, the runway condition is appropriate, and so forth. That's what I learned from it. But that was a bad decision. Okay, so it's the SPAR star. It's going to be things were rushed. ATC asked me to change runway. I did so. I was too high. I did a go around. We returned, and I learned my lesson. Okay, something like that. So bad decisions. Now, based on your experience, I'm sure every pilot has a decision they've made that has been bad. You want this to be a non-intentional, like you're not making bad decisions intentionally. And also it helps if you blame it on somebody else. ATC asked me, and then you were being polite. I tried to help them, and then you became aware of the problem. I was too high, and then you made a good decision. I went around, right? These are the kind of the scenarios. So based on your experience, when you come up with a scenario and work with a person to prepare that answer for you and kind of soften it in and kind of make it comply with one of the core competencies, good decision making. Even though this is a bad decision question, it's really going to result in what they're looking for, good decision making or teamwork or something like problem solving. It's going to focus on something that's valuable to that company based on the company you're interviewing. So that's where one-on-one preparation can help you. Anyway, thank you so much. That's kind of a quick one. Stay tuned for more of our question and answer series. Again, if you need more help in preparing for your next interview, you can click the link below, airjobboss.com. Thank you.